welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Ruby Gill, and I'm honored to welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So, attendees, I know you might be wondering the reason of gathering virtually. So, let me reveal the reason and tell you something about this webinar. We are going to have an incredible session with our expert as he is going to tell us all about graphic design and creative photo manipulation. So I'm sure you are as excited as I am for today's learning process. So kindly allow me to introduce the expert of the day. Mr. Preet Pinder Singh, Assistant Professor, School of Multimedia, Lovely Professional University, an intellectual personality with an experience of 8 years in industry and in academia as well. His expertise lies in graphic design, branding, and print advertisement. To his credit, he has won numerous design competitions and worked with reputed state and national level brands for their branding and advertisement. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ruby, ma'am, for this very warm welcome and very warm introduction. And so, hello, everyone. Good afternoon to each and everyone who's listening. So, welcome to today's session. So, today's topic will be graphic design, as well as I'm going to show you how to create a small but creative photo manipulation. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, everyone wants to know that what is graphic actually. So this is very common question in like few people. So in very basic language, in very simple language, it is a pictorial representation for the drawings, graphs and diagrams. If I talk about when I remember my school times or college days, so we used to draw the graphs, right, and diagrams in our you can say in our science projects or any other mathematical projects, right? So we used to draw. So what is that? That is graphic. That is a visual representation of something, right? So what is graphic design now? So there are two words. One is graphic and other one is design. So if we separate that, graphic is just a visual element and design is basically a thinking, a process behind that, right? So as you can see on the screen, graphic design is a problem solving tool. Like for example, again, I'm going to give you a simple example. So for example, you can say, if I talk about history, someone invented a chair, right, for sitting. That is also a design. How it is a design? Maybe I can sit over the blocks, I can sit over the bricks, even I can sit on the floor. But what human needs to be more comfortable, where he or she can sit comfortably and walk, right? So someone invented the chair. That is also a design. Design always provides the solution. Okay, so for solution we must have a problem. So making chair or making the human being sit on something that will be above the floor, that is a challenge for them. So they has innovated a design naming chair. Now we can see many types of chairs, but the foundation is one only. Okay, all chairs are having four legs. If I talk about the basic models, and a one sitting area, arms, and a backrest, right? So by time, innovation has started in the design of chairs, but the basic fundamental design is one. Who has invented the chair? Another example, you can see the clock, your wristwatch, maybe TV screens, right? So that is design. So when we combine our visual elements or shapes in simple language and our creativity and innovation, so that is what we call the graphic design. Okay. So some people think that art is equal to design. No, art is not equal to design at all. As I've already mentioned, design is something innovative to solve a problem. right? So art is what? What is art? Art is something like a painting, an illustration, an abstract art, which our historical uh, painting artists were doing. That is art. Art is basically a feeling of an artist that he or she is drawing on the canvas. But what is design? If I put some, you can say, problem, and now I'm using my thinking process to solve that particular problem, that is a design. Okay, what are the what others brands are doing these days to advertise their products? What is the problem of them? Like, their problem is to market more and more their product. How they can market? In terms of you can say, they make advertisements, right? They make video albums, so they make print ads also. So basically what they are doing, they are providing solution to their problem, how we can reach to the audience, how we can make our products reach to the audience through social media, only through the design, right? Art is basically something else. Art is the feeling and mood of the artist. Okay, so if I talk about any kid who is very beginner in the drawing, right? So he or she draws whatever he wants, right? It is basically a pleasure of a baby to draw on paper, but he or she doesn't know about the rules of the design. So that is the art. So that's why art is not equal to the design. So basically we have a wide range of design. On one side we have aesthetics, on other side we have functional design. You can see on the screen, on the left side there is aesthetics. So if I talk about aesthetics, I've already told you, in aesthetics is something that gives you the pleasure, or which is pleasing to the eyes, right? Like songs, music is also a design because it includes notes, patterns, right? So it is also a design. Paintings, they look very beautiful, right? But maybe they don't have any message in that, right? Pleasure or mood. So the things, the designs which makes your eyes pleasing, that are more over to the aesthetic side. And if I go to the right side, functional side, there is a symbol, is very, very well known symbol. This one, this is a no parking symbol. We all know that. If we look at it, this is not beautiful, right? But this is very meaningful and informative. This is the functional design. On the other hand, moreover, if I talk about the second one, this symbol, the fire symbol, you can find it on any deodorant spray or any kind of spray on the bottle or the can, that it means it is inflammable. It catches fire soon. So this much of symbol is having a big message. So this is the functional design. And to be a graphic designer, anyone here who wants to be a graphic designer, your design should lie in between them both. Understand? So your design should be functional. Your priority should be, your design should be functional first. Okay? It must say something. It must inform or give message to the audience, to your target audience. After that, the second priority will be our aesthetics. Like, what are the elements I can use, what are the shapes or colors I can use to make that information so pleasing to our eyes, so that our target audience will read that, right? Graphic design is all around us. Wherever you will go, it's a graphic design. If you see a hoarding, if you see our in daily life a packaging design of our biscuits, cakes, you can say our shoe box, right? So every package design and every hoarding, social media post, right? So everything is the graphic design. So you can easily identify the symbols, right? So this is the functional design, because it is not looking pleasing to our eyes, but still it is functional. The first one means addition, multiplication, then dollar sign, right? And the sign of ampersand, that means and. So by this small symbol, these two lines, we can identify, yes, we can add or plus the things. These are very common signs and symbols we have, like in restaurants, in airports, hospitals. These recycling, recycle bin, garbage bin, fuel pump, these phone icon. So these small things are, what is this? This is the design. And to represent that idea, they have used the shapes. If I talk about the number 4 icon, there is a plane. That means maybe there is a flight mode on your phone, right? So to show a flight mode, they have represented the icon of plane, right? And you know what is the meaning of flight mode. The network will be disabled. Every network will be disabled from your phone, right? To show the thing, to give the information to the user on the screen as well as on the paper, right? So they have used the icons or symbols or shapes, you can say. So these are the basic graphic design elements. We start with the color, shape, texture, size, direction, line, and typography. So you must include at least two these design elements into your design if you want to be successful design. So here are some examples. First example on the left side is with the line, right? So line is always not straight, right? What is the meaning of line basically? Okay, so line is basically to connect the two things. We can connect 2 points with the line. We can divide our page with the line, or we can direct our eyes, or we can direct the audience towards something important in the image or our poster. So first is curved, diagonal, horizontal, wavy, zigzag, dotted, vertical, straight, and parallel lines. So these are the types of lines, but the element is one, that is line. Second one is shape. So if we connect the lines, it becomes a shape. If we connect three lines like this, it will become a triangle. And if we connect the four lines, then it will become the square, and so on. There are many geometrical shapes we have. Okay, and other shapes we have other than the geometrical shapes, that are the organic shapes. Okay, which organic shapes we say which do not have any specific measurement, right? So basically, in modern designs, designers always try to use the geometrical shapes to make patterns and to make textures, right? Next, most important thing in your design is the color, because color represents the mood or emotion in the design. For example, if I talk about the red color, you can see on the screen, there are a number of logos or the brands which represents with the red color. There is a reason behind it. Red color always represents the energy, strength. It is very bold, it is intense color. The brand Puma. Okay, so Puma is basically directly related with the sports brand, right? So they manufacture sports goods, basically the shoes, t-shirts, and other things. So sports means energy, youth, it needs strength. So red is the perfect color for that. Okay, so if I jump to the blue color, the second last one, companies like Ford, HP, Visa, Samsung, even IBM, and many banking companies also used the blue color because blue represent the trust. Okay, and it is safe, wisdom. Like, see, the keywords are written here: trust, dependable, security, wisdom, and strength. If I talk about the HDFC Bank, they have blue color in it. If I talk about the SBI, State Bank of India, they have blue color in it. Okay, and many companies like we can say MNCs, multinational companies, uses blue color in it. Mostly financial companies are having blue color, like insurance companies, because in that companies we need trust. So to bring that trust, or basically to build that trust into the audience, they take color as their important element, right? So you can see on the screen, you can take time, you can take 1 minute and look into the screen. Okay, there are orange, yellow, green. Okay, green is basically for the natural products like fuel companies, or the things which are related to the nature, like Animal Planet. Okay, sometimes it shows the heritage, like Starbucks logo. Everyone knows about the Starbucks, right? So everything has its own taste and mood. So color play a very important role in your design. Okay. So here are some types of graphic design. One is brand design, in which logo design and package design is there. Okay. And other one is marketing. Marketing means in which you advertise yourself, or your brand, like postcards, information graphics. Information graphics, I'll show you in a while. And presentations, like I'm giving you the presentation here, text is there, icons are there. I've used colors in it. Even I've used lines in it. If you can see, after the title, I've put the line. Why I put the line? I'm dividing the title area and the information area. Okay. Then the menu design in restaurants or hotels, you can see the menus. So that is for the marketing design. Next part, that is very trending these days. Okay, most of the students are following this as a career now in LPU. So mainly is user interface graphic design, that is UI UX design. You might have heard about it, UI UX design. So basically UI is the user interface, what you see in front of you on the screen. Icons, colors, text boxes, images, that is the UI. Okay, and what is the UX? UX is the user experience, the functionality of design. This part, I'm just going to show you, just wait. This functional part of it. The right side is the UX part, user experience, like how the user will feel, how the user will interact with that mobile application or website while operating. Okay, either they feel any difficulty or something while operating the website. What is the easiest method to get user to the product page? Okay, so that is the functional part. That's why I've said this is the first priority of the designer, to decide whether your design is functional or not. Sometimes as a beginner, many people make a mistake ki, okay, let's put every shape and put different 10 or 20 kinds of colors in that and fill the page, and that design is good. No, that is not a good design, because that is not giving any message. Only that is the aesthetic part is good, only UI is good, only interface is good, but it is not functional. It is not giving the information to anyone. Second example is game interface. Many of you have played games or play games in the daily routine, right? Many games are there, like a very, you can say, adventure games are there, very puzzle games are there. So what is that? That is a user interface. But before making that interface, before making that icons and cars and backgrounds, designers, what have they decided? How the user will interact. Okay, where the user will put his thumb or finger and do a swipe like left or right, and what will happen? What action will happen in the back end? and how that animation and the flow will show to the user. That is the function, that is the functionality behind that. That is the UX, user interface graphic design. That is a very trending area if we want to be a graphic designer. Very trending, I must say. Next part is print design. This is very also very important. Print design mein you have your books, newspapers, annual reports, magazines, catalogs, and so on. Most commonly we use books, magazines, and newspapers. You can see, okay, sometime if you feel, sometime like you say, if you want to see the design change, na, you can go to the library and find any old newspaper like 50 or 60 or 70 years back newspaper, pick them up and compare the design and layout of the newspaper with the current one. There's a huge change because design trends are changing. People are changing their tastes basically of design. Okay, now they want very simple and elegant and very neat and clean designs. Previously, if you look into the vintage designs, they have very decorative borders and bold fonts and glittery colors, right? So that is the vintage era. But in modern times, people have changed their mind. People are moving to the simple designs, very neat and clean designs. Hardly one or two colors and simple fonts and design, only one image in the newspaper. That's it. Even the magazines are so modern these days. Next part is motion graphic design. So motion graphic is basically, the word motion is the animation, the the thing which moves. Motion graphics design, like special effects in the movies, in TV shows we say we see the logo animation, the title of the serial is coming from the left and bottom and up from top, like this. Video games we have motion graphics, and even in movies now we have motion graphics. Sometimes you see the news channels and news channel logo is like animated like in 3D and name is coming, the globe is there, the shine is there. That is the motion graphic. But before animation, before doing the animation, we need graphics. Okay, then who will make the graphics? Obviously graphic designer will make. Okay, so now I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, so I have not missed anything in that. So please go to the Google and see about design. Look, read about the design, learn about the design, look in the history of the design. Okay, so now I'm quickly moving to the my photo manipulation part, right? That is the second part of our this meeting. Okay, so I will just give you the brief introduction about the photo manipulation. What is this? The basic definition of this photo manipulation. So photo manipulation is basically in which you can create anything what you think of. Okay, it has endless possibilities, and if you know the proper tools to make it, and then is that is cherry on the cake. Okay, so next is, so this is the agenda of our talk. What is manipulation, where do we use, then I will try to make some good photo manipulation over there, then you can ask your queries after that. So start with the photo manipulation, what it is. So there is a basic difference between the photo editing and photo manipulation. Many people are confused between the photo editing and photo manipulation basically. Okay, so photo editing is the basically act of making color and exposure adjustment to enhance the photo. Like you can see on the screen, it is the photo editing. Elements is same, the person, the model, the sofa, wall, and the background is same. All they have just done is they have made changes to their brightness, saturation, they have changes the color correction is there, a little bit crop image is there. That is basically a editing of the image, not the photo manipulation. Okay, So basically, photo manipulation alters the original image. Here it is written. On the other hand, photo manipulation alters the original image by adding new elements, changing the look of objects, and other manipulative adjustments. So photo manipulation means bring up the one or more or two or more different elements and collect them. Like you can make, basically you can say, a fantasy world you can design which doesn't exist. You cannot do it in this photo editing part, but you can do it in this the photo manipulation. Can you see the face of this person? This is all the photo manipulation done in the Photoshop. They have took only the photo of this model, one background, some images of butterfly, some leaves and branches are there. Okay, and little bit of color correction is there and you're done. Right? So in this way you can show multiple many creative ideas out of that. That is the photo manipulation. So elements what we use in the photo manipulation is one is photo and photo. Here what we have used photo and photo. Butterfly is also a photo, real life photo. Plants, leaves are also photo. Model photo is obviously that is a real photo. So first part is photo to photo manipulation. Next is drawing and photos. Maybe you can draw if you are good in, if you have good skills in drawing and sketching. So maybe you can draw the second part. You can draw the background and you can put the photos, multiple photos to create something amazing. Next is photos plus paintings. Okay, that is correlated with the second point, but paintings are colorful, drawings are basically, you can say, a single color or the grayscale. So next is 3D elements and backgrounds. 3D elements means you can make some 3D model. Like for example, if I have made some a military tank in the 3D software and imported that in 3D tank into my Photoshop and make a war scene out of that. So for that I need a background, right? A background of a war, maybe some desert, a road, some military men, some guns, some clouds, some dust, bullets. So these are the photo manipulations. Okay. So once again, I'm repeating, one is photo to photo, one is drawing and photos, one is photos and paintings, and one is 3D elements and backgrounds. So these are the elements we have in the photo manipulation. And these are basic three principles you have to take care while creating the photo manipulation. First is perspective. Okay. Perspective means the viewpoint should be right. Okay, lighting should be same. Okay, that is not like that key. If you are taking a picture of a model in the daylight and you're trying to put in the night scene, no, you can do that after so many adjustments. You have to make the color adjustment, skin tone adjustment, saturation, maybe you have to add noise in that. Okay, so then you will find the same lighting matching with the scene. So better to take the photos in the same lighting, then color correction. Okay, obviously the note is learn the rules, then break the rules. How you can break the rules if you don't know this? So first you have to learn these three basic principles and you can break them accordingly to make your artwork. Okay, where do we use these photo manipulations? So many of you have seen the movie posters these days. All those are movie posters. I'll show you the examples also. Book covers, magazine covers, brand ad campaigns. Okay, so for example, if you see, this is very famous movie Joker, right? Rival of Batman, Joker. So solo movie, the Joker, right? So there are a number of elements. One is main character, Joker. One is the mask. Another one is the background on the city background. These are the cars. I think these are the separate, and you can, if you can see the crowd behind that Joker, and to match the lighting, they have done the color correction so that all the image looks like a single scene. So that is the photo manipulation. This is not the photo editing. This is the photo manipulation, because number of elements are included. Different elements are included to make this poster. And now you can think of many posters like movies like Harry Potter, movies like Conjuring, uh, maybe any fantasy movies, right? So all mostly all of the designers or the industry uses the photo manipulation techniques to make the posters. Even the backgrounds you see in the games like Call of Duty or the PUBG, so all that all are not the 3D elements. Some elements are the matte paintings, some are the photo manipulation to give you the illusion of the city, because you cannot interact with each and every element in the game. So that's why the non-interacting elements are in the form of matte painting only. So these are some examples, some creative ads from the brands like from McDonald's, right? And these creative ad from the, again, photo to photo manipulation, is it? Okay, one is first one is photo to photo, second one is photo plus drawing, third one again is photo to photo, or maybe photo to drawing. Photo or drawing. Photo is of the key and drawing is the cityscape or the landscape. Okay. So now I'm going to jump directly to the Photoshop to uh, show you the photo manipulation. Okay. For that, I have to, just to save time, I have already started my software so that during this session, don't waste our time. So, okay, let me just start with this image. Wait, the image is opening. Ruby ma'am, can you please confirm the image is visible? Okay, so okay, so this is our camera image. Okay, right. So I just want to crop this little bit because I don't need this much of it. Okay, I'm just copying this layer. Actually, those have not seen the Photoshop interface. This is your Photoshop interface look like. And someone who has already known to its interface, and that is really nice. So, okay, now before importing the other elements, I'm just making the adjustment to my image. So how does I want it? So first of all, I want to just add the color correction to it. The colors are too, can say too saturated for me. I just need very subtle colors. So all I'm just uh, doing the brightness and contrast, right? A little bit dark image I want. Okay, and this is the layer mask, by the way. And now I can add the mask out of it. And do it like this. Wherever I want the dark image, I just do my brush like this only. Okay, so here's the difference. Here's the before, here's the after, right? So now what I want, little bit color correction. So I am just making hue saturation. Now I'm combining all these, pressing Control E on my keyboard. Guys, I hope you are clear with the concepts of graphic designing and photo manipulation. I'm trying to basically explain all the things in this short span of time. Okay, so now it's time to basically start the photo manipulation, right? So first of all, I need a new layer. Okay, on that top of the layer, I need a shape basically, or I need a selection. I just transform my selection. So this is my selection. I'm filling it with the black color. Okay. So now this is looking like a hollow inside. Okay. So now what I want is I want to put an image inside that lens. So for that I have to open another image. This one. So just take it there, drag and drop. On top of that, just I'm reducing the opacity just to make sure I will place it right on the right location. I think this will be fine. Okay, and now I simply do what I'll do is I just simply clip mask it. Those who are new to Photoshop, I'm doing the clipping mask so that it will go inside that circle what I have made in the lens. See the image now inside that lens. But I want this railway tracks will continue till the outside of the frame also. So I need a copy for that. Okay. Again, I reduce the opacity, or what I can do is I can make a mask over there, or in simple language, I can keep only the track part from that photo and the rest of the photo will be erased. So with the help of this polygon tool, I am just taking the rail part only, this till here. That's it. Okay, so here's the selection. All I need this much. Now increase the opacity. See, now it is looking like the track is moving inside the frame or the lens of the camera. So now this is looking a little bit fake because of the lighting. The second rule is, the first rule is the, what was the first rule? The first rule was the you have to select appropriate pictures. For that you have to match the lighting and perspective, right? So perspective I have taken care already. Now we have to match the lighting. So how we can match the lighting? By adding natural lights to it by with the brushes. Okay, so for that I need a new layer. A new layer I have to select with the brush, and I am just trying to add the some dark orange lights to it. Just reduce the opacity for now and change the color mode. See, now the scene is looking a little bit dramatic. See the difference by adding the light. Now the same light I have to add on the outside with the same method. So I can reduce the flow, I can increase the opacity, and just do like this, so that it will look like light is coming outside the lens and it is falling everywhere, even on the tracks. See, okay. You can change the opacity if you think कि आपने like you have done extra for that, and you can even erase that. You can even erase that part if you don't like that. So you can erase that also anytime. Erase means to reduce its density basically. So now next part will be, have to import any another image of a child crossing the tracks. Before that I have to make a little bit adjustments to this child's image. How we can do that? You can go to the filter, camera raw filter, and do the adjustment to match the lighting with the scene. So first of all, basic. The scene is little bit warm in color. Exposure is a little bit less because the time is in the evening. Contrast is a little bit higher, and shadows are increased. We can increase the shadow because the light is coming from the opposite side. So these are some, see, these are some basics of lighting and shading. When you start doing the drawing them, when you start learning, you will automatically get to know. When you observe the things around you, how the light falls on the object, and how basically the shadow is there. Okay, like if I put light from the top right corner, and how long the shadow will be. So these all comes with the understanding when you start learning the basics. So I think this would be enough. And now I can import this directly to my original image. Or what you can do before putting in this, before putting in this all I just want to cut this subject. So there's a tool, quick selection tool, select subject. This is in the newer version of not select manually with these tools to select the subject. Even this is not perfect this time. I have to make adjustments. See, somewhere it has done its job perfectly, but still it needs improvement. So for that improvement, I just do this. Okay, so now I can just do the copy for that, and only this boy will go to the original image. See, now I can place anywhere I want. I have to take care of the proportions also. Like it should not look bigger than the tracks. So basically, he is entering in some dreamy world of his own. Maybe he wants to be a photographer, right? Or maybe adventurer. So perfectly perspective. Now it is looking fake because there is no shadow. Even the light is coming from that side. The shadow should be there, right? So first of all, we need a new layer, and all I just do a shadow thing. See, I hope you can see this. See, I've done the shadows just to add the depth, right? So now I can make the adjustment to the boy because it is not matching up with the lighting. So to match the lighting, I have to add the highlights or add the shadows in his jacket, right? So what I can do, I can add some curves to it or maybe bright to brighten that. See, and only this layer will be affected. Now what I can do, I can take brush and only highlight that part. See, see the difference. Little changes can make the difference here. See, from there light is coming, so that I have done like this. See, you automatically see the difference. See, after adding the light, it is more into the scene. Similarly, we can enhance the shadows also. All I just need the again brightness and contrast. We can decrease the brightness, increase the contrast, and directly link to this image. I can brush there wherever I want the shadows. See, there is a depth now. More depth is there. See, Can you see the difference? See. Okay. Now I need a shadow for this boy. So I'm just copying this as Control plus T, flip this image, and we are I'm just flipping this image and do like this for the shadow. And I have to keep this layer underneath that boy's layer because shadow is always starting from the beneath the subject. So to fill that, all I have to do is to decrease the saturation or the lightness only for that layer, and little bit opacity down, and do the blur. Now I can reduce the opacity of it. See, now it is looking like it is overlaying on the track. Okay, so now we are almost done with our objects. Now no need to more any other object or elements in it. All we have just do is we make color correction on it. Okay, on our whole image. So to color correct it, I just want to put a photo filter. Okay, so if you want to give the cooling effect like this, or maybe you can add blur overall to the photo. So maybe I have new layer, okay, and fill it like with the gray. And do like overlay this, and now I can add the blur just for the depth. See, we can increase and decrease the blur, and we can rotate. See, it is increasing the blur, and you can increase and decrease the area where blur effect is there. See, okay, if I press OK on this, now the blur is applied. So we can spend time over it. We can do anything whatever we want. We can make another color corrections, like we can make these tracks more darker because the light is coming from the opposite side, right? So we can make the tracks dark. Let me just find our track layer. Okay, and all I just want to add the adjustment layer over it and little bit down the exposure of it, and link to this underneath layer only so that it won't affect any other thing. And disable this mask for a while. Now again, same technique, I'm taking my brush and make it soft. Now I can darker the area wherever I want. So this is kind of a very small photo manipulation in this short span of time. You can spend more and more time, and you can develop your own creative ideas before making any kind of artwork or matte painting or any photo manipulation. First you have to plan the things, then you have to execute if you know the tools, right? So now if you have any queries, you can ask anyone. Uh, Ruby ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for quite an impactful presentation. You have bounded us with your visionary thoughts. And attendees, I'm sure you must have upgraded your skills by the inputs and learning shared by our expert today. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, we have few queries from the attendees. So with your permission, we'll take up those queries, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
All right. So there is a query from Shubham. He's saying that he wants to join the LPU, but how can he cover the syllabus? Like the classes has been commenced from past month or so.
Yes.
So how can he cover the syllabus? Will faculty help in this? So what's your take on this?
Okay. Okay. Hello, Shubham. So basically, okay. So yes, you can join LPU if you are interested to join this course, design course, right? So you can join anytime until admissions are open. Our faculties, and we always try to cover this rest of the syllabus with the guidance. You can go to your mentor, you can go to your class teacher after the class or during the class. You can ask, or the students, your classmates are very helpful, right? So I must say, like, you can, if you are wishing to join the LPU, you can join anytime until admissions are open, right? So
Thank you so much,
I
sir.
hope you can.
So we'll take up. Yes, sir, absolutely. So we'll take up another query, and that is from Meghna. She wants to know that the software which you have taught just now, so all these softwares are free of cost, like free to download, or LPU faculty will assist in these. So what's
Yes,
the
okay.
explanation to this?
I just put light on this thing. Actually, in LPU, we are using a licensed software, Adobe license, Adobe softwares in our systems. Okay, and but if I talk about the students, most of the students carry their laptops with them, right? So they have free versions there. Like, you can say the free versions they can download. Even teachers can assist them, but we don't recommend to use them the pirated one. We always recommend to use the paid one, as these are very expensive softwares. The students cannot afford at the student life, student time pay. So yes, we can guide them how to download and how to install. But in our systems, in our laboratories, we have licensed softwares. All are paid. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And with this, we'll conclude today's webinar. So that's all for today, attendees. Thank you for sparing time and participating in the webinar. We appreciate you all for being here, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. Also, I would
Thank you
like to
so much.
express appreciation to the expert, sir, for your valuable contribution. Thank you so
Yes.
much, sir. I'm sure your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path.
Right.
So
Thank you
until
so much
next
for
time,
this opportunity, ma'am. Thank you for this
thank
opportunity, and thank you all the audience for taking interest in that. So I hope see you soon again.
absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.